What up, and welcome.
I look like a hot mess.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It is February 16th, 2022, day number 47. Hope you all are having a wonderful week. We just had dinner with Diz Nuts earlier with our partner channels, Yadi and Gonzo. So this is our daily live. And today we wanted to, I'm having dessert finally because we had dinner. And so we're going to talk about co-parenting.
Co-parenting.
If you don't know what co-parenting is, my personal definition of co-parenting is when you have a blended household where one or both parties has their own children when they get together and then they parent each other's kids. What up, Sandy? What up, Bill? How's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful week. So today is hump day. Hope everyone's getting over that for their work week. It's actually our Monday, so we're just getting started. So what do you guys think about co-parenting? And as you guys put that stuff in chat, we'll talk as well, and we'll have a little discussion regarding co-parenting. Whether you find it hard, easy, what are your experiences? If you've never had it before, but you're considering getting in a relationship with somebody, what are some of your fears or concerns that you have? Or what are some of the things that you're currently dealing with as you are co-parenting that maybe we can help you with and give you our insight? Because I have co-parented with her for 23 years now. Mm-hmm. So
we are a blended family.
So what did you want to lead off with while I enjoy some Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
Oh gosh, you caught me off guard. Lead off. So
that much, huh? Wow.
Yeah. No.
What up, Annie?
Hi, Annie.
Hope your dinner was good.
Yeah, hope your dinner was great. So I'm going to start off by saying, like, the first thing that I think about, you're killing me, someone else.
Ice cream is so good.
The first thing that I think about when I think about co-parenting is to be respectful, right? To be respectful of your kid.
Drew, what up?
Hi, Drew.
What up, Hassan? What up, Jeanette?
Hi, Jeanette. Just to be respectful of your kid, as far as...
So do I.
I need to get my thoughts together. Sorry. Just because I'm thinking about like how when we first started.
What up, Baker?
Hi, Baker. When we first started, my baby was 3 years old. He will be 27 tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Mike's going to be 27 tomorrow. I love him so much. He's my first.
Yeah, he was 3, almost 4 when we got together.
He's the first male I ever truly deeply fell in love with. Anyhow, I didn't have a good relationship with his dad, and
go get one, Bill.
And
you won't regret it.
And he was a jerk, and I would bad mouth him in front of my son, which wasn't the right thing to do at the time. I know this now. It wasn't like super bad, but it was still like, I would say, oh, he's so stupid, or, oh, he's an idiot, or, things like that. And in front of my son. So
what up, Amy?
Hi, Amy. So this one would be like, hey, you can't do that. Like, that's not okay to do. He's like, your relationship with him is your relationship with him. You cannot put your opinions of him onto your child. So you have to, like, if you want to bad mouth him to me, then bad mouth him to me only, but not in front of Mike, because that's not the right thing to do. And so...
Yeah, because you don't want, whether you are the parent of that. What up, Dadbuildz? Welcome in. Whether you're the biological parent or you're the step parent, which I don't like step parent, you never want to badmouth the other half, the other parent of that child.
I think that's one of the
in
best
front of them
things that you ever did for me.
I mean, because at the end of the day, if the person is that bad, what up, Debbie? Welcome in.
Hi, Debbie.
If the other parent is that bad, then the child will see that and they'll be able to make their own opinion later on.
Yeah.
You don't need to plant that.
Right. You don't need to do that to your child. You know, it's stressful for them anyways to already have to go from one home to another home. So why add even more stress to the child?
What up, Amy? Child? Welcome in.
So Baker, drive safely home.
Yes.
So for us, you know, to me, that was like the best thing, like the best advice I took from him, only because he, you know, had already gone through, you know, similar circumstances, and he was able to guide me into, hey, you know, don't do that. That's not okay.
Yeah, just growing up with my mom and my stepdad, which I call my stepdad. That should be better. Let me know if that's better, Baker. I never called him my stepdad because he raised me. Right. He raised me from baby. Yeah. He was always my dad. But I lived with my mom, and my dad and my biological dad lived somewhere else. And so, you know, not living together and going through a very similar situation, you know, I had already know what I experienced, and then what I thought would be an even better experience, if that makes sense. On the other hand, being the non-biological parent coming into the relationship, the best thing that happened for me was her allowing me to parent and not putting walls up every step of the way.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because if she undermined me and put walls up all along the way, then she's not allowing me to be involved.
Or not even that, not to build a relationship with Mike. Like if I would have stepped in and put myself in the middle of it, Mike wouldn't have the relationship that he has now with him. Because he wouldn't have trusted him. He would always be like, Mom, what do you think, Mom? Or if he would have said, no, well, you're not the boss of me. My mom is, you know? And so it was always like, okay, we have to do this together, you know? And as I matured, like at first, you know, I didn't.
What up, John? How's it going?
Hi, John. At first, I really, really didn't care. I'm going to be just super transparent. If his dad was involved or not, like at first, you know, if Mike's dad wasn't involved or not, I didn't care. You know, I just felt like it really wasn't necessary for him to be involved because he had him already. But hi, AAA Sparkles.
What up, Sparkles?
But you know, with thinking about my own experiences and then maturing and being a mature person, you know, growing, I don't even know how to word it, but just, you know, maturing more as I grew older, I felt like my son needed him. Like he needed to have a relationship with his dad. And I encouraged it more. As he, you know, became older, I encouraged him more to have that relationship and to push for that. If his dad didn't push for it, then I pushed my son to, hey, you know, call your dad, or hey, you know, make sure he's okay, or, you know, give him a call, just because it's important for him to have two people he could count on or 3 people he could count on that loved him the same, because
Yeah.
honestly, I didn't know how he was feeling. I just assumed, like, hey, have a relationship, and I don't know how he felt, but I'm just assuming, as a parent, you love your kid and you want to be there. So I just encouraged him to be there, because there was a lot of instances or a lot of things that I went through with him that kind of showed me like he didn't care, but I just felt like I had to do my job as a mom and encourage that relationship somehow, because this one right here was okay. Like he was a fantastic, or is a fantastic dad, and he stepped right in, and if Mike needed him, he was there for Mike, no matter what. If he was sick, he was there taking care of him. If he needed something, he was there. He was the provider, so I wasn't too worried about that. But I did want to encourage the relationship, and now I think they have a pretty good relationship. Yeah. I mean, for me, ideally, like, I don't know, he was 10 maybe when we started like really talking to his dad. I think
Something like that.
He was like 10, and for us, ideally, it would have been fantastic, like if we would have been able to do things together. And
yeah, because we went through ups and downs, more
Yeah.
downs than ups, as far as things go. But there was a really good period when Mike was young where we co-parented to like it was like perfect. I mean, we did things
Yeah.
together. We even went and spent Disney together.
Yeah.
Riding in the same car, going to the park, and being the whole day, almost
Yeah.
open to close together.
Yeah. And, he and his girlfriend would come over and visit, and we would go over there and visit, when Mike was over there. And it was just an open door, to spend time with Mike. And at that time, Mike seemed like he pretty much
Yeah.
enjoyed that. And he was, just, I don't know. I just think that if you're mature enough to do that, for your child, that is the best thing or the best gift that you can give your child.
Yeah.
Is being mature and putting your feelings aside and having grace and just, doing it for them.
Yeah, I agree.
What
up? What up? Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.
Glad you're here. It was good to see you on Anthony the Molar Man stream.
For sure.
On Monday.
Why
So Bill says, I raise your bowl of Ben & Jerry's with a huge bowl of Breyers vanilla with chocolate syrup and a quarter can of whipped cream. You can raise it. However, sir, my Ben & Jerry's was half-baked, which was vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream with pieces of chocolate chip cookie dough and brownie. I didn't tell you that before.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hi, Samantha.
What up, Sam? Welcome in.
I love the videos that you posted of Jeff. This Our Dream. Like, who dances like that? Seriously.
Like a crazy man all over the floor. That's him in the M80s.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Most definitely. Speaking of that clip, Tanya, that crazy Disney lady, she reposted that clip. And she was like, I would like to know how Jeff feels today after dancing on the floor like that.
That's just funny as heck.
So
I can't with Jeff.
But yeah, I mean, co-parenting is definitely not easy. I mean, it's obviously easier for some than others. But it is something that, just like any other relationship, it requires work. And it requires both sides to work. And if both sides don't work, you're going to have to choose to be the bigger person and turn the cheek and
let things go.
Yeah, let things go and do the right thing.
Yeah, that took me a while to learn, back then, because I was 19 when I had Mike. And I was 19 when I had Mike, and it was hard, to be a young teen mom. It was super hard. And I didn't always make the best decisions, but I kind of went with what I had, and luckily he didn't turn out too bad.
No, Mike didn't turn out bad at all. He's doing fantastic for himself.
Yeah.
He's doing very good at work. He's
Yeah.
saving up to buy a house. He's
Yeah.
got a girlfriend that may become a fiance. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's great.
the one thing I hope is that he doesn't. Well, I'll leave that unsaid because it doesn't need to be spoken out into the world. But it,
she's beautiful. Let me see if I can find a picture of who we're talking about. So to show you.
At the end of the day, like I just said, every relationship requires work. The good ones require even more work.
Oh yeah.
And so,
because you want to keep it going, you want to keep it good, you want to have open line of communication and love and grace. And grace is so important to have, and we learned that too, like even with all our kids, like a little,
Well, let me ask chat. When we say,
oh, this is a good
you
picture.
have to know grace.
I got sidetracked. This is a good picture.
What does having grace, what does that mean to you guys? What does that mean?
Hi, my
Spirit fingers. So chat, when I say you have to have grace, what does that mean to you? Yes, Debbie, thank you. Smash that like button.
Thank you, Debbie.
She's looking for a picture. See if she finds one.
Oh, I think maybe I should just show him the one that I have on my Insta. Let me see.
Giving forgiveness, Amy says. Disney Baker says, Arlene, when you had your son, what was your relationship with God? And if you wouldn't mind sharing that with us.
So when I had Mike, it was very... let's say it was not deep. It was not intimate relationship with God. It was more of...
But you were also raised how?
I was raised Catholic, right? So it was very, I don't know, superficial, I guess. No, that's not the word.
It's very rules driven.
Yeah, it was very rules driven.
Because I was raised Catholic.
But that's too. How, that's how, my mom, my mom taught me, she read the Bible and she would tell me stories and she would tell me about, so I knew of God. I just didn't have that deep, intimate relationship with him like I do now. So again, that comes with maturity. It comes with being, like letting the Lord lead you in the right places at the right time, because, a lot of, my faith comes from him leading me as well, and leading me into.
But like when I got together, I didn't have an intimate. What up? So I didn't have an intimate relationship with God either. I mean, back then I was what you would call a CEO Catholic, a Christmas and Easter only Catholic. So it wasn't until later that we got into a non-denominational church, and that's when my faith grew even more.
So these are my kids. You guys know Mylene. You guys know
for some reason
Marcus.
It always is blurry.
Sorry, I am trying.
What up, Garrett? Welcome back.
Let's see if I can.
Hey, let me see. Because sometimes if we go like this, no, it's not gonna work.
There.
Anyways, that's our children.
Yeah. The middle one is Mike. He'll be 27 tomorrow, even though Marcus looks...
The big brother is the little brother there.
Yeah.
He'll be 27.
Yeah.
I'll
see if I can find a picture of his girlfriend.
So
I found so many pictures. I'm like, oh, I want to show...
Let's go back up here.
I want to show this one of...
No, she's never in here this late.
What happened?
So Amy says, giving forgiveness. I'm reading what grace means to them.
Okay.
So Amy says giving forgiveness.
Okay.
Drew says, for me, it's being respectful of a person.
Okay.
Debbie says, kindness and beautiful in your heart.
Perfect.
John says, love with patience and understanding.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Jeanette says,
these are awesome.
Undeserved love and also giving the benefit of the doubt. That right there, folks, is a huge one.
I love it, Jeanette. I love that.
Thank you so much. Garrett says, beautiful children. Sparkle says, beautiful family. Thank you, Chris. Welcome back.
Hi,
so yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, it's a combination of all of those. Mm-hmm. Like what Jeanette said here, undeserved love and giving the benefit of the doubt. Like it's like it's undeserved love. It's loving with patience and understanding. It is being respectful. It is being kind.
Yes.
It is giving forgiveness. Like it's literally like all of these things together. When I mean, we didn't learn what true grace was until
I think when
9 years ago.
Yeah. Well, how old is Marcus?
No, like 10 years ago.
Marcus was 14 or 15, and he's now 21. He's gonna be 22.
Well, because I was gonna say Mike was 17 or 18.
Right.
So that's like 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah. So it took us a little bit to kind of learn what
8 or 9 years ago, guys, when I tell you as a parent, learning how to parent with grace, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, one of the best things I've ever done for my family, because I used to be a yeller. That's what I learned. I learned that you yell, and that's what I learned. And then I learned years and years. I mean, 8 years ago, I was in my 30s, you know, like it. So it's not like I've been practicing this a long time. It's still been fairly recently. But it is practicing true grace has been the hardest thing that I've literally ever done in my life.
Yeah.
So Baker says, stepping out in faith to see God's favor, 100%. Like you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, what up, Tina? How are you doing?
T, I love you.
Don says unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. You know, it is.
Do you want to like share that story of like Marcus?
Sure. You want to share it from your perspective or mine?
Well, I'll start off like this.
Okay.
And then you can finish.
I mean, I can do it, and then you can tell me what you can. I mean, we can do it. We'll do it exactly how the story went.
Sure.
All right. So we had been already at church practicing. So this was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So this was about 7 years ago. So we had already been learning. What up, Kevin? We had already been learning what grace was, and we had been trying to practice it. Megan Moves, what up? Welcome in.
Hi, Megan.
We're talking about co-parenting, and right now I'm going to tell you guys a story of grace and what grace is not. Honestly. So we it was late at night. And like I said, we were already practicing. We had already been going to church.
We were doing
and learning this.
We were doing
class.
This teaching on a movie. I can't remember quite what the movie was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Fire something. Fire.
Oh, it was the marriage one?
I think so. It was with
Yeah. Chat, help us out. The Christian firefighter movie.
No, it wasn't a fire. Was it a firefighter movie? No, it was not a firefighter movie. It was with
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was with this black lady. She's like a really good actress, and she's like a really good speaker.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the firefighter.
No.
Oh yeah.
What was? Oh my god.
Because it wasn't fireproof. No,
it wasn't fireproof. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me.
Dang it. Yeah, no, it wasn't that one. It was another one. Overcomer?
Let me see it.
No. That's her, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's her.
All right, so let's look up Overcomer.
What's her name?
I know, I'm going to look it up. Because that's the actress, but that's not the movie.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Priscilla Shriver.
Yeah, that's her.
War Room.
Yes, that's the movie.
That's the movie. How could we forget that? No. War Room. We were doing a group study, like a Bible study on War Room.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen War Room, go watch it. It's fantastic. But
so good.
And so we were learning grace as we were going through this.
Yeah.
And so because all those other ones are good. We've seen Overcomer, we've seen Fireproof. Fireproof was excellent, especially for the season that we were in during our marriage at that time. But let me not get sidetracked. So they this night, it was late, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I look at the bank.
I was later because I was sleeping.
I don't know, it was late.
I was like in full REM mode.
I was looking at the bank account and I noticed that there was money taken out of our account. Yes, we've seen all of those. I love that whole studio. They do a fantastic job. Yes. Courageous was great.
Yes.
So I noticed money was taken out of the account and it was PlayStation. It was like $75. And so I went into my son's room and I'm like, hey, I woke him up and I'm like, hey, did you buy anything on PlayStation? He's like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, but it says PlayStation, $75 taken out of my account right here. What up, LSU mom? Welcome in. And he's like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, but look, it's right here. Like it says it right here. And he's like, no, my friend did it, you know? And I'm like, what do you mean your friend did it? And so he hurries up and he shows me his phone, and his phone has a text message from his friend saying, I'm sorry, yes, I did that. And so I was pissed, you know? But then I was like, well, then tell your friend to give me the money, because that particular friend had money. Their parents had money. So I was like, well, give me my $75 back and we're done. And he was like, okay, I'll give you the $75 back, you know, in a couple of days. So then I text the parent what happened. And the parent texts me back and says, I think you need to take a look at Marcus's phone. You know, you're not getting the whole story. And I was like, what? So I replied back to them. And I said, I did look at the phone. That's why I'm saying this. And so they send me screenshots of the conversation between Marcus and this kid. And what Marcus did in this fast, he sent messages to his friend saying, I'm going to ask you a question. Just say, I'm sorry. Yes, I did it. And at first his friend was like, what? He's like, just do it. Just do it. And sure enough, his friend did it. And then Marcus deleted those messages real fast so I wouldn't see that he did that. And so when I saw those messages, I lost it. I completely lost it. Because if there's one thing in this world that gets under my skin faster than almost anything, is a liar. Bro, I don't care if you're going to hurt my feelings from telling me the truth. My heart will get over that. But do you know how hard it is for me to trust you again? If you lie to me? Oh, dude, like, that's the worst thing you can do to me.
Yeah. Like,
especially as a friend or an acquaintance, if you meet me and we build a relationship and then you lie to me, like, I'll forgive you, but dude, it's going to take a lot for me to trust you again. And so I lost it. I completely lost it.
I mean,
I literally was screaming at him.
He was like on him, like when I walked in the room, because I got woken up. I'm like, it was a split floor plan. And So I'm like, I thought somebody was like
robbing us.
So I'm like running around, like, what is going
Yachty,
on?
what up?
In my underwear, like, what the heck is going on? And I walk in there and he's literally on top of our son, like, I am gonna kill you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I didn't know how to react to that, because at first I didn't know what was going on. So I just let him go.
During this time, we had been having problems with him going to school and been having other kinds of issues.
Yeah. And so, like, for me, it was, like, as a mom, you kind of want to be like, okay, don't yell at my kid, because, like, these are my 3 little chitlins. Please do not yell at them. Please do not, like.
But even though this was our kid together,
yeah,
we've always said you need to have a united front in front of your children.
And so I just kind of stood there, and it took everything inside of me, because, like, I just kind of had to walk away for a little bit and cry and just kind of like compose myself and let him, just finish. And then after that, he left the room. Like, after he did his yelling.
And then she went into Marcus.
And I went to Marcus, and I'm like, I listened to him. I listened to him, and I prayed with him. And that's all I did. I listened to him and I prayed with him, and I said, you have to do the right thing. You know what you have to do. And he's like, yeah, but Dad, I said, I didn't say anything. Like, I just had nothing to say. And so, other than, you got to do right. And then we prayed for a long time together. And I think doing that really just kind of, because I used to get on him a lot, because he was a tough little boy, growing up. He was my toughest. And we definitely, it took us a lot to have grace with him, but going through whatever we were going through in that season, it helped me have grace towards him.
Yeah.
And just kind of love him through whatever mistake he made and give him grace in that moment, which helped him a lot. And then what I did was, when he was laying down, I cried my eyes out to him, and I said, you did the wrong thing.
Yeah. Well, I remember exactly what you said.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What was it?
So real quick, Yachty, yes, 3 a.m. I'll be up until I get that. Garrett says, if you guys hear yelling from California, that would be me. Well, Garrett, then you're in the right stream tonight. Yeah. And so it wasn't so much good cop, bad cop.
No.
Because she did what we were supposed to do. I did not, because we had been learning about grace this whole time, and what true grace was. And what true grace was is doing what she did, not what I did.
Oh, trust me, I did want to yell at him for taking that money, but at the same time, I heard God saying, you know what? Just calm down, pray with him. He needs that right now. And that's exactly what I did.
And so then she came to me and she said, you were wrong for that. And that right there was like a dagger to my heart. Like, as a dad, I just love my kids so much, and I don't want to hurt them. And I know that, how, like, what you don't know, you can't be held accountable for, right? Because you didn't know it. But once you learn something and then you knowingly go against it, well, then you're wrong. And owning that and being humble to that is hard. And so when she said that to me, like, it hurt. So it was just those simple words. but they hurt so bad because I immediately knew the destruction that my words were doing to my kid.
Mhm.
And
Because like the words that like I could see it, I can't even like I could see it. And you know when somebody's yelling at you, you're just kind of like that was him. He was like you could literally see him.
It's like I was stabbing him with the words,
yeah,
and they were physically going into him.
yeah. And so for me, that was so hard to watch, you know, and but it had to happen. He had to, it had to, and we'll tell you why. We'll tell you why, you know, like God is so good, and seriously, everything, you know, you can see the light in everything.
What up, Marlon?
Hi, Marlon. You know, because God uses everything for good, you know, and so I mean, just in that moment when I told him that, you know, the next, you know, I cried my eyes out. I'm not even gonna lie, I cried my eyes out because my heart hurt for my son, and I did not want to see him like so. It was like I don't know why I'm losing my words today, but he was
broken.
Yeah, broken.
And then I will tell you what happened right after this. So Jeanette says, I yelled, but my head knows my kids have never changed because I yelled at them. Facts.
Yeah.
They have changed because we spoke calmly and learned what the right way to handle it was. Yes.
Is it hard to listen to to some of the things that your kids say? Heck yeah. It's so hard. Even like, you know, I know we started with co-parenting, but all around just being a parent is super hard. Like, you know, even Mylene, like she comes to me and tells me, you know, she feels so comfortable telling me things, you guys.
But that's because we've worked through this. And so she's gotten to that point where fortunately it's been like that, because then the next day, I made it a point to wake up early in the morning. I was working nights at the time. And so I was never up when he went to school because he woke up at like 5:30 in the morning. And so I woke up early and he didn't expect to see me up. And I went to him and I apologized. And we talked about what happened. Obviously there's consequences that come from that situation, but guys, when I tell you there was a cosmic shift, there was a divine shift in his path from that very moment, we had a different son from that moment going forward, you know. And from that moment going forward as a family, when things happened, whether it was us doing something the kids didn't like or the kids doing something that they weren't supposed to do, eventually we would sit down, and it wasn't weekly, but a couple times a month, we would have a family meeting. We would come together, we would sit down and we would talk. Those family meetings where people could talk freely without feeling judged or attacked were so important to our family, to the point that when Mike moved back in, because he had moved out when he was 18, when he moved back in, he wasn't used to any of that. No. And so he had to learn how to communicate with us
differently. And it was hard. He's actually
gotten a
lot better
through the years.
And he's, you know, through the years, he's gotten so much better. But with let's go back to Marcus. With that, with what he did, right? Like having grace with Marcus and being, you know, just transparent with Marcus. For us, car rides are the best conversations. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes, car rides are the best. Mylene and I have those conversations in the car too. Those are the best. So with Marcus, right, and him having grace towards Marcus and myself having grace towards Marcus, it brought the fire in him, right, in his belly. Like it brought so much passion. It brought it like high, you know, like it helped highlight what's the topic, babe? Tell me.
We're talking about, well, we started with co-parent and now we're talking about parenting with grace.
Grace, yes. And so I don't know if this, I want to show you something because this happened right after. This happened to him almost right after.
We can.
You can share it. It's on my Facebook.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't know. I can probably save it and send it to you. Can you download it? I might be able to. Hold on.
Work on that and see if you can. So Garrett says, consistency, good discipline, knowing they have unconditional love, and teaching the word of God. Teaching them to pray with you, only good things happen. 100%. And we started doing that as well. And it helped a lot. We do prayer and meetings with kids a few times a week. You know what you can do is screen record it. Okay. That helped us a lot. I mean, having family meetings, and then me not yelling. I mean, guys, when I tell you I yelled, like I screamed, that's what I did. And it was so destructive and I didn't even understand it. And like I said, changing to where I had to speak softly. And, you know, if there was still a spanking that needed to happen, I believe in spankings. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I do. And is it always warranted? No. Did I ever have to? I'll be honest with you guys. After we started parenting with grace and having meetings and praying, I don't think anything ever happened that I ever felt the need to do that again. There was nothing that warranted it, you know? It's not to say that we didn't deal with things, but it just wasn't the same kind of things. And so I would encourage you guys to watch War Room, fantastic movie. If you guys can get the book or the workbook, because there's a workbook that you can also do and go through different lessons, that's even better. Garrett had mentioned, and a few of you had mentioned some of the other movies like Overcomer and Courageous. So those are good too. All right, guys. Once it comes, I'll send it to the computer here and we'll share it real quick. But you know, it was, and it's crazy how it's only been, I say only, but it's only been like literally half of Marcus's life. Mm-hmm. Not even half of Mike's life. Fortunately for Mylene, her being the youngest, it's been most of her life.
We still like go through a few bumps and.
Well, yeah, I mean, no one's going to be.
It's not perfect, you know, but we are able to communicate as a family, you know, and that's what's important. Like all the drama, you know, if you're able to talk to your kids and be transparent with your kids, no matter what, they'll trust you. You know, they know things about my life that, you know, I wouldn't share with anybody. Oops. You know, but they know what happened. And so they're able to say, hey, you know, my mom's transparent or my dad's transparent with me. I can be that with them. You know, just having calm, gentle conversations with them. Of course, you know, there are times where you're going to get upset and have an attitude. I have that with Mylene. We have our moments where we bunk heads, but being able to have grace and apologize even when you think you're right, you know, it's a good thing. It helps your kids trust you. All right,
let me see if I can play this real quick. Because this was
right after, like maybe a month after that incident with Sean. Yep, right here. That's it.
It doesn't support these. Follow these steps to convert it to.
So I'm gonna just show them then.
Yeah.
I'll just show them.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Okay. So here we go.
But you're gonna have to bring the mic close to turn it up.
That's fine.
Hold on real quick. I need to turn this back off.
Okay, you ready? Let's see, because the play button is here. Oh, let me put up
It's
the
right in the
volume.
middle.
Yeah, let me put up the volume.
Put up the volume.
No,
put,
that's
put,
not.
put
That's
the
from the.
Oh, okay.
That's, you see. That's from the. So I have to kind of do this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this right there. That's Marcus, the one jumping around. Your face is in the way. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, but why are you? You gotta turn it so they can see it.
I can't. I'm stuck at this.
I don't know how well you guys could hear that.
Yeah, but like it just brought so much fire. Did you guys see the passion he was singing with or rapping with? It also, like, let's see. I know we've probably played. There's
What up, Dave? Welcome in.
Where's his music at? It should have been right there. Yeah, it's not there.
What does she want?
Her clothes.
Her clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, if those were her, they're in that pile. I don't know.
Oh, just moved them. Yeah, they're right.
I don't know what they were, so I moved it.
Oh man, yeah, they're somewhere in here.
Yo, I'm back and I'm ready.
That's Marcus.
It's my calling,
but
and I'm on it.
Another one.
Let's go. This is more than just a movement. This is why I really do this. Catch me using my music so you can know who this is. Not me, but he's inside me. Come and meet him, it's inside. Better yet, I'll bring it to you. We're going to heaven, I'm talking to you. I've been called to more than just float. Oh, it's time, step on my boat. Open water with God, let's go. He said, let's fish for souls. I said, I got you, Lord. He said, he's in control. I said, oh, thank you, Lord. I said, oh, thank you. Back on my grind again. I know it's been a while, but it's time again. Laid back in my old self. I was laid back on that bunch of stuff. First a dust off. Now I got God and I know my will. I don't follow rules, none that said a quell. Devil moving quick and he moving stealth. Okay, I was on pause for a little bit because I was looking up things on the internet. Knowing my fire was imminent, but I kept doing it, throwing myself in the past. Doing it, throwing myself in the last. Doing it, throwing myself in the trash. Thought it was over, but God made a path. He made a path for you and I. I'm a dude cause there ain't no try. Living life and I ain't gonna lie. I'm living large and I'm feeling fly. Flying high way above the sky. All that makes the devil cry. Cause he got me to the day I die. God's got me to the day I die. This is more than just a movement. This is why I really do this. Catch me using my music so you can know who this is. Not me, but he's inside me. Come and meet him, it's inside. Better yet, I'll bring it to you. We're going to heaven, I'm talking to you. I've been called to more than just float. Oh, it's time, step on my boat. Open water with God, let's go. He said, let's fish for souls. I said, I got you, Lord. He said, he's in control. I said, oh, thank you, Lord. I said, oh, thank you. I had my aha moment, I did. Now I'm back in my bag. Hey, paid the price for me. Didn't look at the time. Hey, all gas, no Brembo. After God, not Venmo. Start the car and then go. Where to, man? I don't know. You can never let me down, so I get up and go. Tell the thoughts on 6, cause I'm feeling souls. Really me ain't kissing that, cause I'm ready for more. You cannot stop me like a mini yo. God chose me like mini money mo. Don't need luck, cause I got God and I'm not a code. I'm not a baby. Do or don't, ain't no maybe. Mark 1:17, okay? God said, go fish. Go shoot all the shots. I'm just here to assist. Mark 1:17, God said, go fish. Okay? Go shoot all the shots. I'm just here to assist. This is more than just a movement. This is why I really do this. Catch me using my music so you can know who this is.
I love that song. That's like,
So that's his song "My Calling" by MVP.
yeah. It's on
iTunes,
iTunes if you guys want to
Spotify.
download
I think it's
it.
everywhere.
But
And he's
that's what when you parent with grace, you are helping, right? You are helping God, right? Because that's what, God gives you your child for you to help, right? Yes. Let Christ change his heart by being Christ-like. So you're there to assist, in bringing out all those things that God put in your kid's heart, and you're helping them be the best they can be. And so in that season, this is what came out of Marcus's heart, the music, praying for people, uh, just sharing his story with other, teenagers that needed help, so it just brought out the fire in him, and it was so important in that moment. He needed that in that moment, because we were breaking him down as a parent. As parents, we were breaking our kids down, and we didn't even know it. We were just, in the world raising a kid and hoping he would turn out okay. But it's not just about that. It's, teaching them everything, like about God, and and loving and respecting people, and just being an all-around good human being, and being Christ-like.
Yeah. And Garrett, you're right. Like, good parenting doesn't have to be about being perfect parents.
Yeah.
I mean, we're human. We make mistakes.
Heck yeah. Could you
what
imagine?
What a blessing that it is. Ha ha ha. Or all of us parents are in trouble. Yeah. I mean, it's true.
Seriously.
Hey, Mylene. She said that was her hand earlier.
Yeah.
You need to have grace to yourself too when you don't handle it. Yes.
I agree.
100%, because you don't want, you can't beat yourself up either.
But you don't know how many times I've done that to myself, is beat myself up because I didn't say the right thing or do the right thing, or like give yourself grace as a parent too, for sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Yeah.
Learning to have grace to yourself, you can have grace to others and teach others to have grace. Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, guys, grace it's a mother. It is such a hard thing to truly put into practice. Like, when you haven't done it for 30 some years, like in my case, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna do this. That was hard, and I'm still not perfect, but I'm way better.
I know the song that I wanted them to listen to.
Which one?
Didn't you? The one that you helped make, the beat.
Yeah, but we don't have that.
I thought we did.
Not unless you have it in social media somewhere.
It's not on Dropbox?
I'll look. I'll see if I have access.
I thought we did have that.
Because they deleted a lot of stuff.
Anyways, keep talking, babe. Learn to have grace. Let me see. Where's the control? Or the mouse, I should say. Learn to have grace.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that one. That's actually one of the first.
This is the very first one. This is the first one we produced.
He made on his own.
We produced this whole thing.
Well, born, not a game, I took a board. It's a daily war with the enemy. Got my brothers by my side in the army. Fighting for our lives every day. Never stray away from the battle. We face it. Doesn't matter where you've been, what you're going through. Know you're gonna make it through. Stand up, stand with us. Be true, be you. It's time to start making moves. Go to war with God on my side. No, he don't never lose. Got me saying hoorah every night, cause he's damn winning the battle. Every fight I'm not tripping or quitting, cause they don't like how I'm living. Ain't no chilling, I'm just spitting, ripping, killing the villain. Every day, wake up, get up, go pray. It's the only way to win the war and make the devil shake. On this team, you'll never be alone. On your own, we taking this world by storm. That's right, it's a cyclone. thirsty, yeah. Water, hey. At war, yeah. Slaughter, hey. Harry, yeah. Potter, hey. Got no father, just kidding, man. I got you. Got Jesus in the spirit, that's more than two. Yeah, I'm a level up, coming real true. I just walked in, you know I got a foot shoes. And I've been chilling with my chick and the flow sick. Everybody feeling what I'm feeling. Holy Ghost is sick. They punch it straight in the face, but it felt like a kick. I was impressed by the vibe, so I spoke to Chris. I told the music is bumping. The music is bumping. And I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something. The Cartier is jumping. The Cartier is jumping. I'm over here ducking. I'm over here ducking. Better fall in line, cause it's a battle every day when you trying to rise above everything that's trying to pull you down. So you better keep fighting, you can't quit now. Came too far, no, I can't back down. God called me, that's why I'm here right now. I picked up the phone, he said about face, so I switched on my set and ain't been back around. Gotta get it, I'm never stopping, I'm on a mission. I thought I really told you already, I've been enlisted to make change, to fight sin, to take aim. Shooting at the enemy, Steph Curry from mid-range. I'm never missing, I'm on point, I'm on guard. God gave me the green light, I won't stop. Ignited the generation to really go hard. We about to life. Tell the enemy we won't war. Yeah, you gotta tell them, hey, we keep it light like a feather. Ain't no more war, let's declare it together. We been through some storms, but don't care for the weather. Oh, Lord of mercy, we aim at the heavens. You cannot hate, we can do it together. Life throws a punch, we just move like the weather. Yeah, we rolling deep like a Chevy. Get it, looking for the city forever. Calling to witness, got demons not trying to get me, but hesitant when they see me. My God is on that, I need it. We eat it just like we greedy. Yeah, immaculate knowing we have a reason. Hey, it's great to just know we not defeated. I'm never switching this easy. Our life was given a meaning. Yeah, the world can rip us up into pieces, but Jesus right on our side. The enemy is retreating. The enemy is retreating. He's right on our side. The enemy is retreating.
So this one was called At War, and one of my coworkers made the beat with Marcus and I, and then we did the whole beat out. Marcus approached 3 other artists, and they made that cipher, which was fire because Marcus was the youngest one out of all of them. The other guys were already grown, had some of them even had kids.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see them do that together. Let me get back up in the learning to have.
Did you read that one from Jeanette or not from Michelle? Let's see.
Karen, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we saw Debbie's. What up, Gene? Welcome in. Showing grace to others very easy for me myself. Yeah, not so much. I mean, you can't beat yourself up. You know, you can say I didn't do this, and then I'm going to do it better next time.
Yeah.
You know, but it's very important for yourself. We can't attack ourselves and our own self.
Yeah.
Spargo says talent from the words to the harmony and the beats. Yeah, that was a fun one to make.
Yeah.
To share your testimony of your family with others is such a blessing for those who are hearing this. I will say this, that I'm proud, so proud to call you both my sister and brother in Christ. Yes, us too,
Thanks.
Baker. We love you.
Yeah, we love you.
We appreciate that.
Yes.
Debbie says to Dadbuildz, Chris, you always show grace to everyone. That is what I love most about you.
Yes, it's so important to give grace to yourself.
And now he needs to do it to himself.
Yes.
What up, Mar? Yeah, not a problem. We thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then he I don't think we have any of the other ones in here.
No.
I'll look real quick. Because he had another one that I really liked that he almost won a competition with. Let me see.
Oh, that one's on my Facebook too. You could show the video. Oh my gosh, you guys, he did
All right, here we go.
so good, and they messed him up. I was so mad about that.
I don't know if this is the final version, so we'll see. But
We are the new way. Me and my crew, hey. I'm on a new way. Following Yahweh. Time for a new way. This is a new way.
yeah, this isn't the final one.
No, it's here. I have it. Yeah, that isn't the. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it here.
But it's called New Wave, and we took it.
We are the new way. If you can't see the past, it's a no show. It's the right way. Follow with base go. Everybody look the same where they face go.
This is.
No, but right here.
I'm on a
This is at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You see how he had that crowd bumping at 9 in the morning? That was a competition he did for the youth.
He didn't win because he was so hyped that he wasn't controlling his breathing,
He wasn't fit.
and he took an extra breath. There was a pause where there wasn't supposed to be, and that's why he didn't win. All right, Chris, have a good night.
There it goes. That's where he lost.
No, not that. It's coming up.
He went this one also. Right there. That little thing right there is what cost him. So that little part right there is what cost them the competition. And it's crazy because this is called fine arts, and they preach, because it's all through the church and everything. They preach that, oh, there's no winners, there's no this, there's no that. They want to be, and it's like, bro, who you fooling? All these kids work their butts off, and it's a competition. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian competition or not. Hi, Ilamar.
What up, Ilamar? It doesn't matter if it's a Christian competition or not. It's competition. Like, the kids bust their butts off practicing so hard.
These kids can sing. They can sing so good, and they have so much talent. There's so much great talent. Like, man, like, just to see all these young people like show their love for God it's so good to see. Like, it's it just gives me faith that our future. That's
one of the categories they have in fine arts, is preaching, giving a sermon. It's really cool to watch. But you watch his video and you see him, these kids, like I said, that was 9 o'clock in the morning, one of the first people to go up there. Yeah. And then you watch the people that got, because he came in fourth. You watch the ones that came in first, second, and third. You're like, I mean, I'll take, I'm biased all day of the week, but you watch first, second, and third, and you're like,
this makes me want to go and
that's not even on the same level.
Watch all their chorus.
Jeanette says, I don't know if he won, but he did become a pastor. So, I mean, that's awesome.
That's fantastic.
That's cool.
Like, just it's awesome to see all the creativity and everything. Just for Marcus, that was a good season for us, even though it was kind of like, we weren't.
But none of that would have happened had we not shown grace,
Right.
had we not practiced grace and shown it.
Yeah.
So it's helped us a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
it's helped us, Mylene, like, again, for Mylene, it's, she's able to talk to us and tell us, and, she's going through something rough, she can sit us down and be like, hey, this is going on and I need help, which is, super cool. Sometimes I'm just like, and I try not to make faces, but I'm just like, oh, okay, well, oh, we'll help you through it, but it's nice because I didn't have that grace with my parents. I didn't have that. So
I didn't either.
And so for me, it was not easy to trust and, to trust my mom and be like, hey, I'm going through this with a guy, or, hey, I'm going through this now, or I have this going on, or I failed a test, or whatever it was. I just didn't feel that grace with my parents. So it was important for me to learn that and give grace to my children.
Yeah. But it's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing ride,
Yeah.
Can't speak enough about, we're so thankful.
We still kind of go through grace periods, No,
facts. But we wouldn't have what we
I agree.
We wouldn't have what we have now had we not had our amazing church family teach us.
Yeah.
And the different things that we allowed to be opened up to, because if we were closed off, we would have never learned that.
Yeah.
So having an open mind to be able to learn has been great. So, I encourage you guys to look into it more. Like I said, there's workbooks that go with the War Room movie, but definitely,
if you're going through, co-parenting, and you're not getting along with the other co-parent, prayer, always, the way that you have forgiveness for somebody and be able to have grace for somebody is to be able to pray for them. That's how
That's
if
good.
You can pray for them, then you have grace for them and you have forgiveness for them. If you cannot pray for them and wish them well, then...
And pray for them meaning
like
I'm praying for good health and prosperity and for growth.
Right.
And not that you're praying bad on them.
Right. That they find that they find love and happiness just like you,
Have a great night, Gene. Thank you for coming in.
Good night, Jane.
Hope you're staying warm up there, Gene.
Yeah.
Because that 11 degrees the other day was insane.
It's nuts. I love New York, but not enough to freeze.
I've never been that cold in my life.
But anyways, that's I don't know. That's something I think that is important.
So
has been important in our lives, is just to have grace for people, even though they make you mad half the time.
100%. And it'll help you with all your relationships.
Yeah.
But grace, like we said, it's full circle, 360.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody, including yourself. So guys, as we close it up, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us. It's been a great evening. We love you guys, whether you're a member or a mod or just someone who comes in and supports us and chats with us. We appreciate that so much. We'll be live again tomorrow. This live, I'll be honest with you, it might be at 3 a.m. So if you're not up at 3 a.m., don't feel bad. Dadbuildz, if you want to go live with me, text me, let me know, because we're both going to be up.
Actually, Dadbuildz, can you come backstage with us, please? I have a word to pick with you.
A word to pick?
Yes.
Or a bone to pick?
That.
Oh, a bone to pick.
Bone to pick. Word to pick. Whatever.
Dadbuildz, I'll send you a link. So guys, thank you so much. We love you guys.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's our son's birthday, but like I said, that's why I might do the stream at 3 a.m. because I'll be up trying to get something on Shop Disney. And then we'll see what happens the rest of the weekend as we go on. But we'll be live every day. Who knows what we'll be talking about, what we'll be sharing, or what we'll be doing. But we love you guys. Remember, love is magical. Go share it with someone. Good night.
Adios. Good night.
Thank you so much, Sparkles.
Love you guys.
It is almost midnight, Chris.
Yeah.